Hello students, I am your educator Ritu. In this video, we will learn about laws of inheritance. There are three laws of inheritance. First law of inheritance, second law of inheritance and third law of inheritance. First law of inheritance is also known as law of dominance. Second law is also known as law of segregation and third law is also known as law of independent assortment. Both the first law, that is first law and second law, are come under one gene inheritance and the third law comes under inheritance of two genes. This video will covers only first law of inheritance and second law of inheritance. Third law will be discussed in the next video. Now let's get started. First of all, what is the meaning of one gene inheritance? Study of inheritance of a single pair of alleles of a character at a time is called one gene inheritance. I repeat, study of inheritance of a single pair of alleles of a character at a time is called one gene inheritance. This one gene inheritance was seen in case of monohybrid cross, in which only one character was taken at one time. Now, what is first law of inheritance? In first law of inheritance, that is named as law of dominance, characters are controlled by a discrete unit called factors. And these factors are known as genes. And genes are the unit of inheritance and they contain information that is required to express a particular trait in an organism. Factors occurs in pairs, that means genes occurs in pairs. In a dissimilar pair of factors, one member of the pair dominates the other. Dissimilar pair of factor means hybrid condition or heterozygous condition. Dissimilar pair of factor means hybrid condition or heterozygous condition. In hybrid condition or heterozygous condition, it contains two different type of allele at a time. If we example height of a plant, then T, capital T is for tallness and small t is for dwarfness. And in heterozygous condition, it will represented as, the genotype will be represented as capital T, small t. In this hybrid condition, one pair dominates the other. The phenotype is tall, that means one allele dominates the other. One allele express itself and one allele does not able to express itself. So, out of the two contrasting allele, these are the two contrasting allele, only one is able to express its effects in the individual, and that allele which is able to express its effect in the individual is called dominant. Dominant factor or dominant allele. And the other allele which does not show its effect in the heterozygous individual is called recessive factor or recessive allele. Recessive factor or recessive allele. In heterozygous condition or hybrid condition, one is dominant and other is recessive. And this is explained by law of dominance. Mendel used letter symbols to denote factors. As we had already discussed this, Mendel used letter symbols to denote factor. Capital letter for dominant factor and small letter for recessive factor. As in case of height of plant, capital T represent tallness and tallness is a dominant trait and small t represent dwarfness and dwarfness is a recessive character. So, in heterozygous condition, capital T is dominant allele and small t is recessive allele. I hope you will get this. Now, what is the significance of law of dominance, this first law? Number 1, it explains why individuals of F1 generation express trait of only one parent. Second, law of dominance is able to explain the ratio of 3:1 in F2 individuals. Third, it indicates why mixed population is superior as it hides many of infective recessive alleles. As we had seen in the monohybrid cross, the F1 generation is similar to one of the parent, and in F2 generation 3 are dominant and 1 is recessive, so the ratio is 3:1. So both these F1 and F2 generation trait is explained by law of dominance. Now second law, that is law of segregation. This law is based on the fact that the alleles do not show any blending and that both the characters are recovered as such in the F2 generation, though one of these is not seen at the F1 stage. This law is stating that alleles do not show any blending, as we had already seen in case of monohybrid cross that F1 generation and F2 generation do not show any blending. Blending means there is no mixing of characters. Either the character will be dominant or recessive. There is no mixing, there is no blending of dominant trait and recessive trait. Second, the characters are recovered as such in the F2 generation. As we had discussed in the monohybrid cross that F1 is similar to one of the parents. That means all will show dominant trait. All will show dominant trait. But in F2 generation, maximum are dominant and minimum are recessive. So the ratio is 3:1. That means in F2 generation, the character of both the parents are recovered. But in case of F1 generation, only one character is recovered. This is what law of segregation told about. As you can see this, we will see through monohybrid cross. This is parent 1, this is parent 2. After cross, this is F1 generation. As the law of segregation told that in F1 generation only one character is recovered, that means toneless. If we take the example of height of the plant, then capital T will represent tallness, small t will represent dwarfness. Then parent is homozygous dominant, homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive, homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive. After cross, F1 generation will observed and it will contain a hybrid situation and it represent the phenotype tallness. That means only one character out of the parent is recovered. But in F2 generation, when F1 gets selfed, after selfing of F1 generation, F2 generation will observed and it will contain three tall and one recessive. That means ratio is 3:1. Out of 4, 3 are tall and 1 is recessive. That means both the characters, that is tallness and dwarfness, are recovered in the F2 generation because of law of segregation. This is the definition of law of segregation and this is the explanation of law of segregation, that it explains how the F1 generation consists of only one of the parent character and F2 generation will contain both the character of the parents. This is all about laws of inheritance. In the next video, we will discuss about third law of inheritance and exception of one gene inheritance. Thank you so much. If you like my work, please like and share this video. And if you want more such videos, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.